everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at the Beretac 3 to 9 by 32 Riflescope combination. So let's check it out. So you're probably wondering what comes in this Riflescope combination. Well, on the box it shows a laser, a red dot sight, and the scope. So let me show you exactly what comes in this box. Here it is. Nice 3 by 9 by 32 tactical style scope with Picatinny mounting on the sides and on the top. Comes with a laser. Comes with a red dot. I'll go through all these in a second, but this is not everything it comes with. Let me show you what else you get. Get a S-Shock SCMI watch also. Great combination. So you're probably wondering how much is all this? Some may think it's expensive, and it's actually not. You can get all this for $100, and I'll post a link in the description below. But for all this, watch, red dot sight, variable reticle, and it's also quick detach, laser mounting with a laser, and the scope itself. And I forgot to mention the riser it comes with. This riser is not standard on the scope, but it does come with it, so you can adjust your scope however you need on your rifle. And typically the reason why they include that riser in this kit is for the MSR rifles, or also known as AR-15s, because you don't have enough clearance with the standard Glacier handguard or whatever brand of firearm it is. Usually they have a big handguard with the Delta pack in it, and it oversticks your mounting system a little bit, so that gives you enough clearance for that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and break this down, and we'll go through each item individually over details and show you some shooting scenes. I hope you guys like it. Let's start off with the watch here. Pretty simple. It's got a flexible, I believe this is more of a plastic band, fully adjustable from any wrist size. I got a big wrist, so mine's more towards the bottom, but it works. Nice buckles on it. I like the buckles, really heavy duty for what it is. Makes a nice watch. Now, I typically don't wear watches, but since I got this, I've been wearing it every day, and really nice. It's got a little stop here for your retention to keep it from flopping out, your little band. But anyway, details of this, like I said, it's SCMI. It says it uses a Japanese battery. This watch is water resistant up to 50 meters deep. It is a 1/100th second chronograph, which is just a fancy timer, word for timer there. You got your time, your date. It's got even quartz Indiglo style light up for if you need to see what time it is in the dark. It's got the alarm clock also. See, there's your chronograph. You can start it, stop it, reset it, then you change your mode, time, and then your alarm clock. So it's set at 7 a.m. because it would say p.m. over here. But other than that, pretty cool watch. I like it. So let's move on down to the next item here. So this is the Beretac Reflex red dot sight quick detach mount system. Very unique and very durable. It really makes this mounting system very easy to mount, whether you want to put it back on the scope or if you want to mount it on a gun. You zero it, then you can take it off if you want because it's already zeroed. Then you put it back on your Picatinny rail, lock it down, stay zero. This red dot, that's green. It goes red and green. You got your adjustments there. You got your windage adjustment there. And you got your elevation adjustment down there. What really makes this red dot pretty cool and simple is that once you get the battery installed, you know, that's what you're going to need, which everything comes with the batteries in this kit for your scope, your red dot, laser, all that stuff. You can change your reticle. It's pretty awesome. I like this. It's very, very accurate. It's got 4 different settings, from the traditional dot style to a circle to a crosshair with a circle. Pretty unique. I like it. And you just should be able just to touch both of them at the same time and it goes off. That's how you do that. Touch both the buttons at the same time. One's for green, one's for red. Pretty awesome. Whether you want to use it shotgun, rifle, pistol, doesn't really matter. Next, we're going to move on to the scope. So here is the main item of this package. As I said before, 3 to 9 by 32. It's got an actual like over set here where you can grab it, probably because of all the accessories you can put on here. It gets in the way of the knob, but as you see there, it's got a nice little tab for a quick dial. The scope is really accurate, to tell you the truth. I've never had any problems with it in my testing. I shot probably a couple hundred rounds through it just to see how I'd like it and for you guys to test. So the reticle in this thing is the rangefinder reticle. Pretty awesome little reticle, especially if you're wanting to find, you know, the range, whatever you're shooting at. You can do that depending on if you know your all the variables or whatever. But the reticle's cool, scope's cool. It is illuminated, which it is what it is. If that's what you're into, not a big deal for me. Red or green. There's the green. Red. But yeah, and the reticle, when you mount the scope, you don't have to worry about centering it, because the mount to mount it on a Picatinny rail is already centered with the reticle. So it's actually made into the scope body, and the scope body is super heavy built, really durable, really heavy duty, waterproof, shockproof, fogproof, pretty much the standard with the Beretac scopes since the ones I've recently done. Your turrets here, one click is quarter MOA at 100 yards. And then it looks like you can actually unscrew your caps there and reset it to 0 if you need to. But yeah, this scope would be freaking awesome on a AR-15, which I put it on a 22 AR-15 just to see how it would do, and pretty nice. I like it. So the next thing, the laser here. Just a standard red laser. They claim it could reach out to 50 meters all the way up to 100 meters. But that probably just depends on the light. The more light outside, if you're using it outdoors, it's going to be transmitting less. But if you're you know, using it at nighttime, it's going to transmit more. So that's about really it. Other than that, back on the scope here for a second. The field of view of the scope at 100 yards at the lowest setting at 3 power is 13.4, or that's at the highest power, I'm sorry, 13.41 feet at 9 power. And at 3 power, it's 40.38 feet. So if you're looking for something that's going to be like a marksman shot placement, you're going to have a lot of room in your scope for with this scope. So I don't know, depends on what you want, but I'm just saying, I'm not a big fan of using smaller size scopes like this, farther range than about 25, 30, or 50 yards. So I typically use something like this, close range. But other than that, I mean, if you you can take it out past that, I just don't. And I know the scope would track well. I did the test in the last Beretac scope videos. They hold zero very well. They work, and they're great for the money. And I didn't mention they come with the scope caps here, which they're not the best in the world, but they do cover the lenses, so that is good. Other than that, the riser, let's see here. It is 0.83 inches high from the top of the Picatinny system all the way down here to the base when it levels out. It has 13 slots made from aluminum, and it has, well, it weighs about 6.1 ounces for this whole riser here. So other than that, I really like this system. I didn't really get to test out the laser that much just because I'm not a big fan of lasers, but that doesn't mean they won't work. And I played with it, but I never shot with it. So it'll do the job. But out of all these things in this package, like I said, to me, the red dot system is probably the best one out of all of it. Now, the second is the scope, but if you're looking for something close range, whether it's a rifle, shotgun, pistol, whatever, like I mentioned, this red dot right here is super accurate. I mean, with my Ruger Charger pistol, it was just hitting the targets every time. It was super accurate. I really liked it. But I mean, for $100, I feel like it was well worth the deal. So if you basically take all these items, including the watch, you get 5 items here for $100. So when it comes down to it, you're basically paying $20 a piece, and that's even a better deal. So even if one item's just a hair, in my opinion, it's better than the other, you're still only paying $20. So where can you go and get an item like this, or scope, or red dot, or watch, or whatever, for $20 like that? And all this stuff is just on par. I mean, it works. So I hope you guys like this video. I appreciate it. The link for this combo will be in the description below. Excuse me. And I'll put the rest of the specs that I did not mention in the video just to keep it short and simple, because, you know, I could read these specs to you, but also, you know, if you ordered it, you're going to read them yourself or find out. So it works. Alright everybody, I hope you liked the video. As always, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.